For over 200 years, two ideas have been fighting for control of the world: capitalism and communism. One says freedom and private ownership create the best society. The other says shared resources and equality create the best society. Wars were fought over these ideas, countries collapsed because of them, and both sides are convinced they are completely right. But today, we're not starting with modern politics. We're going back 200,000 years to the first humans. People with the same brains, emotions, fears, and intelligence as us. And here's the fascinating part. Ancient humans actually experimented with systems that looked surprisingly similar to both capitalism and communism. And eventually, they rejected both, because the survival system humans relied on for most of our existence would make hardcore capitalists and hardcore communists uncomfortable at the same time. So what system did ancient humans actually use? And why did it keep humanity alive for 95% of our history? First, let's be completely fair to capitalism, because it gets some very important things right. The first thing capitalism understands is simple. Humans respond to incentives. If someone works harder, takes more risks, or creates more value, they expect greater rewards. And ancient humans understood this too. The best hunters in a tribe gained status, respect, influence, and better chances of finding mates. Skill and effort absolutely mattered. The second thing capitalism gets right is decentralized decision-making. When millions of people make their own choices based on their own situations, the system becomes flexible and adaptive. No single person could control all that information alone. And honestly, that's true. The third thing capitalism gets right is competition. Competition pushes people to improve. Better tools, better ideas, better technology. The modern world is filled with inventions created through intense competition. So capitalism is correct about many things. And surprisingly, ancient humans practiced versions of these ideas too. So if ancient humans understood incentives, competition, and individual skill, why would they still reject modern capitalism? Now let's be equally fair to communism, because it also gets some very important things right. The first thing communism understands is this: humans are deeply interconnected. Nobody succeeds completely alone. The farmer needs tools. The worker needs infrastructure. Even billionaires rely on millions of employees, customers, and systems built by society itself. Wealth is never purely individual, and communism correctly recognizes that collective effort should benefit the collective too. The second thing communism gets right is that extreme inequality becomes dangerous. When too much wealth and power concentrate at the top, societies become less stable, less trusting, and less healthy. At extreme levels, inequality stops helping society and starts damaging it. And the third thing communism gets right is this: markets do not value everything that matters. Things like community, raising children, mental health, art, clean air, human connection. A society that only values money eventually starts destroying the very things that make life meaningful. So communism is also correct about many things, and ancient humans practiced versions of these ideas too. So if ancient humans valued cooperation, equality, and collective survival, why would they reject modern communism as well? Now things start getting really interesting. So what system did ancient humans actually use? For most of human history, humans lived in small tribes, usually around 20 to 150 people, and these societies created a system completely different from modern capitalism or communism. First, personal ownership existed. Your tools were yours, your clothes were yours, your weapons were yours. Ancient humans absolutely understood personal property. But here's the crucial difference: land, water, and essential survival resources did not belong to individuals. Food was shared, water was shared, nature itself belonged to everyone. The things you could survive without, yours. The things nobody could survive without, everyone's. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Individual skill was rewarded, but not with massive wealth accumulation. The best hunters gained status, respect, influence, admiration, but they didn't hoard 10 times more food than everyone else. Their reward was social, not material. Ancient humans understood something modern society often forgets. People are motivated by status, respect, and reputation just as much as money, maybe even more. And when someone became too greedy or too powerful, the tribe stopped it immediately. Ridicule, social pressure, exclusion. Everything happened face-to-face in small groups where everyone knew each other personally. And this is the part modern systems struggle with. Ancient human societies worked because they operated at small scales. 30 people, 50 people, not millions, where reputation mattered more than laws, and social consequences were immediate and impossible to escape. So why would ancient humans destroy modern capitalism? Not because of competition, not because of hard work, not because of personal property. They would destroy it for one reason: unlimited accumulation. To ancient humans, one person hoarding billions while others struggled to survive would look dangerous, not impressive. In ancient tribes, the moment someone became too greedy, the group stepped in immediately through social pressure, sharing, or exclusion. Unlimited wealth while others suffer was never considered normal in human history. So why would ancient humans reject communism? Not because of sharing, not because of equality. Ancient humans valued both deeply. They would reject communism for one reason: central authority. For thousands of years, human tribes prevented any single person or small group from controlling everyone else. So to ancient humans, a powerful central government controlling all resources would look dangerous, not safe. To them, it didn't matter whether power came from billionaire wealth or political authority. Too much control in too few hands was always the threat. So if ancient humans rejected unlimited accumulation and centralized control, what did they do instead? Something the modern world barely understands anymore: distributed power. Small communities, reputation-based accountability. Decisions were usually made collectively through discussion and consensus, not by billionaires, not by massive governments, by people talking face-to-face until the group agreed. Resources beyond personal possessions were shared naturally, not because a government forced it, but because hoarding was socially impossible in small tribes. Everyone knew everyone. Everyone saw everything. Your reputation mattered more than money. Individual skills still mattered. The best hunters gained status, respect, and influence, but they had to continuously earn it through contribution to the group. Ancient human societies worked because power stayed distributed and personal. No anonymous billionaires, no distant ruling class, no hidden accumulation. And while this exact system cannot scale directly to 8 billion people, the principles behind it may still contain some of the deepest social wisdom humans ever discovered.